What's going down, everybody? Dreamcast 84 here. This episode is brought to you by swans. As you can see, there's some swans up in this. And there's a mystery animal coming up. I need to make this intro 7 minutes long. And that's kind of... it feels impossible because I just wanted to show some nature in my area. This is a man-made lake in my neighborhood, couple blocks away. I'm very fortunate to live in a very scenic part of America. It's, technically the South. I'll just say that. I'm not going to say which state. Not doxing myself. This is just a nice little serene area. It's a place I don't go to as often as I need to. Alright, so you may or may not be seeing some swan action right now. I kind of have a mental note of the footage I just took because I'm recording this in my car. I'm still at the lake right now. And it's a little bit overcast today. I'm going to be able to take some photos of Star Wars Episode 1, Jedi Power Battles. Let's just go ahead and show some of the manual stuff. I hope you're not missing too much swan crap. Yeah, they're kind of going crazy, the swans. They're trying to get food. It's obvious they're trying to get some breadcrumbs because people do come down here and give the swans pieces of bread. I don't think it's good for birds in general, or I'm not sure if they're considered, well, they're foul, right? I don't know. But, pertaining to Jedi Power Battles, I was talking to Maestro Drake over comments. He said that he beat this game as Obi-Wan, and I think that's pretty cool. I remember some sort of Star Wars game that I had for Game Boy Advance, when I had a Game Boy Advance very briefly growing up. I keep talking about summer camp, but I'm just so nostalgic for camp. I kind of miss the Game Boy Advance. If I ever get a Retro Pie or something, I'd try to get something with Game Boy Advance games on there. But this is just another Star Wars game. The Dreamcast was out when the Episode 1 came out, the Pod Racer. That movie, Episode 1, it's not known for being particularly good. The Star Wars prequels are not known for being particularly good, but the pod racing scene was awesome, and the pod racing game is awesome, and that's the next one that we are doing. So I'm working on this review, and we'll be done with the Star Wars games on the Dreamcast very soon, and then we'll start with some Street Fighter stuff. And I was thinking about playing some music, on the background or whatever, but there's like copyright strike stuff and whatever, and you just never know with that kind of stuff. And I don't know, I could look up like stock music, but that stuff's corny, or it's just like so repetitive and old that you don't want to listen to some old 80s hits or something. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm just kind of walking around. Some of this footage might be kind of shaky, but I mean, hey, that's just what you get for, trying to get nature footage. I could have used my Sony Steady Shot because I'm going to be supplanting the audio from this and putting it over the footage. So I probably should have done that, even though there's audio lag on that camera, but I think that camera is probably best for photos and non-audio video, stuff like this. So, I don't know. You may or may not have noticed the other animal. I'll leave it for a minute, but there was like I'll just say it right now. There was like two dogs. There was one dog that was kind of skittish, and I don't think he barked. He just saw me and just walked away. And then there was another one that kept barking, and you may see him now, but I got some serious dog footage. I was trying to get close enough up to pet it. And dogs are interesting because they can sense when you're afraid of them, and they can sense when you're a potential threat. And I show no indications of being fearful. especially for a sweet dog like that. I used to have a Husky Chow Shepherd mix, and I miss her so much. Very sweet dog. I love big dogs. They're just, I don't know. I guess there's more dog to love. They're just more cuddly. But I had a Husky Chow Shepherd mix, and she shed a lot. So, of course, I'd get hair all over my clothes and stuff. But a small price to pay for just such a awesome dog. I got that Beagle now. We're not even talking about the game, and I got like a minute and a half to talk about it. But Star Wars, it's just kind of a franchise I'm not really familiar with. It's just, I don't know, you can get totally nerded out in it. I know the worm-headed guy is called Bib Fortuna, and you got, the main ones. You got Jabba the Hutt and whatnot. This is just some sort of platforming game. It was a side-scroller game, I think, for the Game Boy Advance. I believe this was ported on the Game Boy Advance. Is it 2-player? Let me look at the back of the thing. Yeah, it's 2-player. That's cool. Yeah, you can play as Mace Windu or Qui-Gon Jinn or Obi-Wan Kenobi, and looks like you might be able to play as 2 other people. That's cool. It probably has a really cool story. I bet you this is better than Star Wars Demolition, because Star Wars Demolition just kind of dropped you into an arena and didn't really have story. This looks like it's got tons of story. It looks kind of like a traditional PC game. Doesn't really look like an ambitious 3D game. I mean, it has 3D sprites and stuff, but it's like 2D arenas, looks like to me, or something. Just classic 2D side-scroller. But I don't know, I could be prejudging this kind of harshly. It could be pretty cool. I am approaching the 707 mark, which is the intro length. So I guess I'm going to leave you to that. I just kind of want to implement all of the footage. So that's why I'm taking your time. But I guess I'll put another random picture up. I don't know what I'll put, but here you go. I've got to give the Star Wars prequels credit because they look amazing. I really like the characters. Mace, not Mace Windu. What's the bad guy with the double lightsaber? Oh man, his name escapes me. It'll come to me. He's a great looking villain, and the acting is horrible. That's where it lacks. The CGI animation, it's a hit or miss. Like, Jar Jar Binks was a bad choice, but it had really good action, really good characters. I like the robots. The robots look really awesome. I like those, like, regular droids. I think I had, like, a little Lego figure of that. I had, like, a Lego set. It was, like, an underwater aquatic, the Gungans, I think is what it's called. Let's just hit Jedi mode, easy. Easy, man. I don't care. I ain't no Jedi. Now, I'm considering Qui-Gon because that's what, that's the character that Maestro Drake played as. And, let's see, Mace Windu. I'm never really a big fan of Samuel L. Jackson, but he's kind of hit or miss. I think he was, like, really good in Django Unchained. He was just, he plays these despicable, like, he plays the bad guy well, but if he's just in a regular movie like Snakes on a Plane, it's just kind of a, I don't know, I'm kind of tired of the guy. I think he's kind of overrated, but it depends on the movie he's in. I don't know ththese other people. I think Plo Koon is cool looking. Sorry, Maestro, I gotta be Plo Koon. I gotta see what's up with this guy. I like aliens, you know? Okay. Okay, let's, this is the only one we can pick. Looked like the little Looney Tune intro, that's all folks, circle, which I overuse on my channel. Yeah. You know, I don't care about these title crawls, you know? I looked briefly on the game manual that there's like a long attack and a short attack. Looks like a silver C-3PO. Hey, that's me. I'm Plo Koon. Yeah, it's those little droids I'm talking about. I think they look cool. You know, the bad guys. They just have a good, sleek look to them. Am I supposed to save silver C-3PO? C-3PO is weird because C-3PO has something weird with his arm where it's a red arm now. Okay, you can jump with the X button and you attack with the B and the... no, not B, A and the X button. There's some sort of power-up right there. Let's pick that up. Hey, okay, are you timed? This game definitely looks better than the Game Boy Advance version, but that goes without saying. I can see people getting into this, seeing how far you can get into it. I think there's been some Lego Star Wars games. I think I might have played a Lego Star Wars game before. I played Lego Indiana Jones before. I keep bringing up my subscribers, but Maestro Drake said that he was playing one of the Lego games, and I forgot which one exactly. Hey man, stop. General Grievous. He looks, those little droids, they look like General Grievous. And I think he's a good-looking character too. Star Wars, man, they got cool enemies and stuff. What's the name of that guy I kept forgetting? The cool-looking enemy guy. I don't know. The graphics look pretty good. Yeah, I just recorded an intro for another review because it's going to be overcast tomorrow. I went ahead and said that in the intro, but. I mean, well, I don't know for sure if it's going to be overcast tomorrow, but it's supposed to be like freezing ice tonight, so I got to be careful. If you like Star Wars, man, this is definitely a better game. I'm having fun already compared to Star Wars Demolition. This is a superior game. I gave Star Wars Demolition a 6.2. Is that about right? 6.2? It doesn't matter. This one has a hope and prayer. I don't know if it quite deserves an 8. But, like I said, the visuals look good. The music is good because it's got that cinematic, operatic intro and stuff. The music, you know, Star Wars is supposed to kind of harken back to the movie serials, you know, like back in the 1930s and stuff or whatever. You'd go to the movie theater and you'd see these, I'm stuck for some reason. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, there's bad clipping, which is going to justify my 8 range. I don't think this deserves a 7. I think it deserves probably like a low-end 8. Music is sufficient. You probably can't tell. Let me just turn it up for you just a little bit so you can get a taste of the music. There's something I need to be doing, and it's this. It's just not exploring the level enough. There's got to be a way to deflect the laser beams. Yeah. looks like you're able to sidestep some of the attacks. They are using the same audio tracks from the Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. And I'll tell you that right now, because the first track that you play, which is on, what is it, Naboo or Tatooine or something, you know, the desert planet, you know, where they do the first pod racing with Anakin Skywalker. They're using the same music, dude. Being kind of lazy, but I mean, hey, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So, it's a good audio track to use. It's Star Wars, man. You know, don't set your expectations too high, but don't set them too low either, because they're supposed to be doing fan service, and you know, Star Wars right now is not anything to write home about, but you know what? Neither is Star Trek. Star Trek's kind of in development hell. Like I saw a video about how Star Trek 4 of the Kelvin universe or whatever is kind of in shambles because of you know, the developers and stuff. They want to get investors and stuff, and they're worried about the bottom line and stuff. And Quentin Tarantino is supposed to direct the next one, but it's like, I don't know. If you do bad, you backtrack just a little bit, and that's okay. See, I'm sidetracking it. I remember getting toys, and I had a Natalie Portman. I had a big crush on Natalie Portman growing up. I know she's Queen Amidala. She's got that little line lip thing. Got that makeup where it's like a line going down her lower lip. But I had an action figure of her, and here's a picture of it. I'm sure I can find a picture of it. And I also had an R2-D2, and I collected some of those Star Wars figurines for some reason. Even though I'm not a big Star Wars fan, I had them. Now, why did I have to backtrack like that? Okay, well, points off for, you know, being kind of boring like that, but I'm just not playing sufficiently. Maybe I can just avoid the bad guys. Just skip them, you know? Let's just see what we can do. What's the guy's name? Kowloon or something? Let me just kill these two guys. One guy. Yeah, get on this conveyor belt. This game makes me think of Denny's because of the whole Solo, a Star Wars story. Like, they had a promotion at Denny's, and like, I don't have a Denny's in my area, but I just think it's hilarious because apparently it's just an expensive burger place that you don't get your money's worth. It's just, you pay too much for what you get. It's just some kind of greasy slop house. Hey, hey, that's cool. This is a cool looking boss, man. I'm probably gonna die, but it's a cool looking boss regardless. Pretty cool. I can see someone getting into this game. I see the appeal. I'm gonna stick to my low 8 range just because I don't know. It's just I need to give this a shot, and I'm thinking an 8.3 just for now. I might rate it higher. This is one that I want to play more of, just because, you know, it's cool. It's cool looking. If it's good enough for Maestro Drake, it's good enough for me. I asked Gollum Cone how he's doing with my last video. I just sent him a message, and yeah, I'm just really wondering, like, what are you doing, man? I know you went to Spain, but that was a little while ago. You know, I was having trouble with my channel, and I'm just kind of focused on what I'm doing. I'm not really, I don't know, I'm just wondering what games you're playing, stuff like that. You know, just being a G. Maybe I can beat this guy and just edit around it. If I had a phaser, that'd be pretty sweet. I think the trick to beating this guy is just jumping. Yeah, you gotta time your jumps, that's what you gotta do. I'm jumping too much and not attacking enough. Did I actually get him? Because the health bar on the enemy looks like he was just full of health. I don't know what to believe anymore. Looks like he's got a really long lightsaber for how, you know, how big his character is. Checkpoint. Yeah, this game's cool, man. I like it. 8.3 for now. Do I recommend? Yeah, it's better than Demolition for sure. Star Wars Pod Racing is probably, I'm gonna definitely rate that higher than this one because it's just good. But for some reason with the Jedi, not Jedi, but the Pod Racing game, I always get stuck. Like I only get but so far. Is this like a puzzle? Still trying to get used to the controls here. Oh, you gotta jump. Oh, you do a double jump. That's what you gotta do. Okay. Is this like an invisible fence? How do I get around? Huh. Yeah, 8.3. Do I recommend? Yeah, sure. It's cool. Hey, look, I found a way around. It's fun. I recommend looking into it, and I'm just taking up your time. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. Just here's another inspirational quote. Here's a picture, and here's a celebrity. Just a random celebrity not associated with the quote, but then a celebrity that is associated with the quote. Thanks for watching.